Good evening, Academy. We are going to go live here in just a few minutes, or actually already live, but we're going to start something here in a few minutes. I actually don't even have a plan tonight yet. Try to get some settings here done. All right, I don't actually have a plan tonight. I just want to let y'all know that I've been on the road. Ray is out today, and he's not going to be joining me. You can tell I'm all scruffy. I need to shave and all that kind of fun stuff. But it's been 2 weeks since Ray and I went live, and just a couple things. And then I was going to be going live about 15 minutes ago, and then some jerkwagon Scott Torsey just jumped in and rang my phone the second I was getting ready to go. Oh, he's on here. I didn't say anything bad about you, Scott. No, I wouldn't do that. Hey, John, James, he's out there. So look, I don't really have anything I'm going to specifically go over, but I'm going to talk about a couple things. And I think I'm going to go on a Ray rant here a little bit because of a image that was sent to me today by Daniel Hanks. And I just thought it was funnier than heck. That's funny, but not funny. So I'll talk about the picture from Daniel here in a minute. But again, I'm not going to cover anything in specific, but I'm going to go over a couple things about getting back into that whole the ATDP, answer your damn phone thing, and a couple other things. But I'm going to try to make this one short. But I wanted to explain. Ray and I haven't been on in the past 2 weeks simply because I was out on vacation. Ray had some things going on, busted up his shoulder and did all kinds of stuff. I guess he dislocated his clavicle. So it sounded like a venereal something or other, but I won't get into all that. But anyhow, Ray's doing a lot better, but he's got some family time he's doing tonight. But we wanted to make sure we came out and just said, hey, we're alive, we're doing well. Sorry we haven't been on in the last 2 weeks, but I want to talk a little bit about an upcoming thing that we're going to do, which is going to be kind of a mastermind session. I want to talk a little bit about what that's going to be about and just kind of chat about a few things in general. So James says, you're not looking like Ray. Am I coming through as Ray? I'm assuming that's what that means. Luke says, ouch. And Nicholas says, do you miss running your company? I actually miss it a lot. I miss the guys. I miss I miss being out in the field. I do. I really do. I really enjoy this industry and I enjoy this business. And so, yeah, I do. I miss it. I do. And then RPC says, you waiting. What am I waiting on? Am I not going? I think I'm going. I don't know. Hopefully it's all going. All right. Let me talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing. We're going to do a mastermind session coming up here. We have not set the date, but we want to probably do it here within the next couple of weeks. And that mastermind session is going to basically be around, it's really going to be centered around business. It looks like I'm breaking up on here. I don't know if I am. Somebody give me a yes or no, because my screen looks like I'm fogging out for whatever reason. Looks like I'm really lagging. Not sure what's going on here. Maybe. Am I lagging? Somebody tell me. I see somebody says I'm waiting, but I'm good to go? All right, we're good to go. I'm assuming we're good to go. All right, so the mastermind thing that we're going to do, Alan Paul says, a little laggy, but sound is good. You're all good. Perry Tate. Perry Tate is in the house. Perry and I actually need to have a conversation here pretty soon. So I'm coming after you, Perry. Anyhow, so the mastermind session that we're going to do is going to be for the pro members. That's going to be about business and a few things very specifically about. I'm going to get back into that whole answer your damn phone thing, but it's going to be about how to grow your business and how to kind of step up and take your business to the next level, how to just do certain things and grow your business in a specific way to a point that you want to get to. Because as Ray and I have said probably 1,000 times, that it's not about how we want you to grow your business. It's about how you want to grow your business. So one of the things that kind of falls into that line is a picture that Daniel Hanks sent to me today. And it was, I guess it was either a Facebook ad or a Craigslist ad or whatever that was in his area, that somebody had put a picture of like an enduro motorcycle or an off-road motorcycle, not even a high-end motorcycle of any sort. I don't know what its value was, but maybe it was a $1,200, $1,300, $1,500 bike. Maybe it was a $2,500 bike. I don't think it was much more than that. But the ad said, anybody looking to sell their pressure washing business, I'll trade you for my bike. And I just kind of couldn't help but bust up laughing, because it literally was like I mean, it's just an enduro motorcycle that you could probably find Craigslist or Facebook for $12, $15, $22, $2,500. If it were $5,000 max, I'd be surprised. But there it was saying, hey, if you're looking to sell your business, sell it to me, and I'll trade you my motorcycle for it, my off-road bike, and go from there. So I don't know. I thought that one was probably a high-end classic, but it also kind of gets it down the line of what some people think about our industry, and some people think about the value of our industry. And that's something that you have to get past. And that I was talking with somebody else this week about, how do you answer that phone and within the first 3 minutes capture that person when they're just calling about price. So these are some of those things that we're going to go over in the mastermind group, because you have to be able to get past that, or you have to be able to find out if they're strictly after price. Because Gene O'Neill said it, and I'm going to harp on it again, about we need to change our mindsets. Our mindset is that of, we keep thinking about it's all the customer is after is just the price, and we keep seeing it, but I don't believe that's it. I believe that it's us. It's our mindset that's getting in our way of doing some things, right? Hey, I want to show you a couple things. So normally, this thing right here, I like to have stuff back up here, and I want to show you all something. This right here, I don't know if it's going to come through. This is is it coming through? There it is. Thank you, Brenda. Brenda sent me this little pocket knife, Harley Davidson pocket knife, and I think it's pretty cool. And send me a little poker chip to go with it, because I'm getting back into playing poker here pretty soon. And I went out and played the other day, but I didn't do so well. Actually, I played the day that I went to go see Ray down there in Tallahassee for his surprise birthday, which I got to tell you all was an amazing deal. You know what? I'll call Ray to the carpet, especially since he's not here. I can pick on him, and he's nothing he can do or say about it. But to me, how do I know a person is real or genuine? Okay, I'm gonna throw Ray under the bus to tell you that he's real and genuine, and how you know he's real and genuine. Okay, so his surprise birthday party, the first 10 minutes, I'd say at least the first 10 minutes of his birthday party, he was crying, legitimate crying. He was so touched and so overwhelmed and so thrilled about the surprise birthday party that people came to and to be there for him and all that. And, several times during. And so, some people will say, well, a grown man should never cry. Yeah, absolutely. A grown man should cry. I mean, there are times that if your heart's not touched, that you just don't have a heart, kind of a thing. So anyhow, I got the video, not of him crying, but of the look on his face was like, holy crap, I can't believe this is actually happening. So it's funnier than heck. But anyhow, Perry says from 0 to 1 or from 1 to 10, these are categories, in my opinion. Perry, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but we're going to figure it out eventually. Simply New York or Maryland or whatever. I've given bikes like that. So that has to do with that bike that I was just talking about. Somebody offered up their bike for a pressure washing company, their motorcycle, not even a valuable motorcycle. Scott says, I have a really good present for you, Dougie. I don't know if I want to know what that is, Scott. Scott's been doing some amazing stuff here lately. He landed this. I don't know if I'm allowed. Am I allowed to tell, Scott? I don't know. He landed something really, really cool. I think we talked about it a couple weeks back. So I think it's cool to talk about, but I don't want to unless he gives the go ahead. Yay, see you at the Third Rock in Tampa sometime. Definitely. I think we're going to be doing something. So Carlos Gonzalez and I don't know if Carlos is on here. Carlos Gonzalez and I have been talking a little bit about what is it? A class for gas stations and talking about doing it somewhere in Florida and maybe even recording some of that to do his online class, because we're going to try to get Carlos to do an online gas station cleaning class. And so it'll go in with the Spray Wash Academy classes where we've got online right now. So if Carlos can get in and we can do that, that might actually end up being down in that Tampa area. I don't know. I can't remember where he said. I'm going to back up, make sure I didn't miss anything. No lag, max headroom, little laggy. All right, so I think I'm caught up on that. All right, look, like I said in the very beginning, I don't have anything in particular tonight just because I just got back from the road myself. I was gone for a week on vacation, came back for a week, spent a week and, trying to get caught up. And then I had to run to Dallas yesterday or day before yesterday with my daughter and my wife. We went out to see my daughter perform. And she was sick the entire time. I was going to swing in. Carlos was having a gas station cleaning class with Michael Hendeliter up there in Fort Worth. I was supposed to spend a little bit of time with TJ and Grace, but they didn't get back until late yesterday evening, so we couldn't hook up either. But even if we could have, we couldn't have because my daughter was sick and I didn't want to be around anybody because not COVID sick. Everybody thinks COVID sick, but it's not COVID sick. It was just, some stomach bug that now I'm probably going to get and my wife's probably going to get. Anyhow, so let me go back to the mastermind. I was talking with somebody this week, and one of the discussions that we got into, again, it's always about price and how do we get past that price point. And I think a lot of times that we think it's about price when it's really not about price, and you can't assume it's about price right off the bat. Even if they call and say, I'm calling about pricing on getting my house washed, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's their sole goal, and you can't take it that way. You can't take it if somebody calls up and says, hey, I'm calling to get a price. You can't take it as that's all they're looking for is a price, because they may not be, right? You've got to start then asking those questions that's going to get you headed down the right path to find out what exactly it is that they're looking for, number one, and then figuring out if it's about price and building your value in the meantime of getting to that point where you're going to give them a price. And one of the quick ways to pre-qualify is by having a minimum that you charge. And so I know for me, sometimes people would call up and they would say, yeah, I'm looking to get this done. And it would just be this little front section or piece. And I would say, that's great. Just want to make sure I make it clear right off the bat that we have a $350 minimum, and happy to come out and take a look at that for you. Sounds to me like that $350 is not going to be in your price range for doing that little job, but maybe we can add something else on at that time. So that would open up a discussion for them to say, no, that's really all I want, and $350 is definitely not in the price range. Or, all right, yeah, I mean, you can come out and see what else I might need to fit that $350 range, right? Then I already know I've pre-qualified them under that $350 minimum to begin with, and now I can get into a discussion about what else they might need instead of just throwing them off the hook because I think they're doing nothing but pricing kind of a thing. Facebook user says no milk. No, the milk was taken up by the crabby guy in the back, right? This is my crawfish guy here, right? That's my wife's. And if I don't put it back on the wall, I'm going to get in trouble. So I got to put it back on her wall when I'm done. Luke says, yay, see you at the Hard Rock. I hope we can get down that way. Hard Rock Tampa is one of Florida's bigger poker rooms. Oh, now you've done it, Luke. Now you've done it. I wasn't even headed down the poker trail. And I mean, I had mentioned poker, but yes. As a matter of fact, I think there's a tournament coming up. Is there, Luke, is there a tournament coming up there anytime in the near future, bigger tournament? Because I think there was a WPT thing coming up next week, but I think that's somewhere else in Florida. Anyhow, I am going to go out and play some poker because I enjoy it. So I talk to them in person, sell my jobs at my price 8 out of 10 times. Well, 8 out of 10 times. So that's, to me, my opinion, it's too high of a closing rate. But I say that knowing that if I go out in person, I have a higher close rate than I do if I don't meet with the client. So to me, I say between a 40 and 60% closing rate. So if I'm consistently closing at 80%, my prices are probably too low. But there again, like I said, if I'm going out in person, I'm educating, I'm doing things, I'm typically going to have a much higher close rate. Yeah, Luke, I know that they've got it. I know that they have them all the time, but do they have any larger events or larger buy-ins or large money guarantees is what I would be after, because that's going to be my thing. I don't want to travel that far to go to a nightly or daily tournament kind of thing. I want to go there and do a big thing. I want to try to win me some moolah. Mr. Charles is in the house. Again, this is going to be kept short. So what we're going to end up doing, we're going to do a mastermind that's centered around the business cycle of things, the business side of things, how to grow your business, how to, and again, this is strictly for pro members. I don't have a date for you just yet. I was hoping that Ray and I would have a chance to talk today and get that set for you, but it's going to be here probably within the next 3 weeks. We'll do that. We'll announce it on the pro website, plus we'll announce it or on the pro Facebook group, plus we'll send out an email. That is probably, we're looking at doing one of two different things. We're either going to do it live in Tallahassee, or we'll do it here like through a Zoom meeting or something like that. I kind of like the thought of doing a live in-person event because I think we'll get much more out of it. We'll record it and then put it into the pro group at that time. So that's what I'm going to try for. The problem with that is it's going to be too short of a notice for somebody that's coming from a far distance. But I think that would be a really beneficial thing, is to actually do it as a live event and just spend a day hashing over, the steps of growing your business to the point that you want, because that's one of the things Ray and I are going to focus on, is making sure that it's something that you want instead of what we want, because everybody has their own goals and their own cycles that they need to do. So then I had said that I was going to go on a Ray rant, and that Ray rant would be the same thing with the picture that Daniel Hanks sent me today about the guy selling his motorcycle and wanting to trade it for a business. So the picture was simply an enduro type motorcycle. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I've been on the road a lot and I'm tired. But so the picture was an enduro motorcycle, and the title was basically something about, are you looking to sell your pressure washing business? I'll trade you this enduro motorcycle. This enduro motorcycle, let's say, had a $5,000 value, just to throw an argument out there, right? It didn't even have that. I think it $1,800 to $2,500 motorcycle looking at it. Well, the whole thing about it is that that's what people think about our industry sometimes. And when you talk to us, sometimes people will say, oh, you pressure wash? Oh, well, do you need some money? They don't think that you can make money in this industry. And I think even sometimes that we think we can't make money in this industry, or we're listening to that person on that phone that says, I'm calling to get a price. And immediately in our head, we jump to, that's all they're after, is nothing but a price. Tim Hazelton just jumped on. Suck it up, Buttercup. Yeah. Tim, you know what I want to do, right? Yeah, okay. Read between the lines, buddy. There you go. Speaking to text does not speak Texan. I don't get it, but I'm not getting much right now. I am really super tired. But anyhow, so again, going back, the whole thing about it is people don't understand, or they think that this industry is just, it's a low dollar industry, and that it is we must be uneducated. We must need money. We're out pressure washing. And I think sometimes the mindset is of the guy that's just pulling a little tiny trailer with a little pull behind 2-gallon a minute pressure washer and a little tiny surface cleaner or one, and they're going to spend all day, wanding the driveway, and they feel sorry for us because we own a pressure washing business. And so now you get this guy who's willing to trade his enduro motorcycle for a pressure washing business. Hey, look, if that's all your business is, great. That's what you want it to be. That's it. Scott Torsey just popped on and said that the industry is amazing. I can tell you right now, he is doing some hellacious numbers right now. Some of it's pressure cleaning, some of it's not. But Scott, am I allowed to talk about this, man? Tell me a little bit. I won't throw your numbers out there, but can I talk about what it is that you're doing? I think we talked about it before. I think. You tell me, Scott. You're on. I know you're on. Tell me, Scott. Can I just talk about the job that you're doing? That's what I want to know. That's all I want to know. All right. So a bad day pressure washing is better than a good day fixing cars. Look, I'll tell you what. I grew up. I fixed cars when I was younger. I did stuff like that. And I made good money at it, but I made a lot more money at this industry than I did at that industry. And I would much rather be in this industry than that industry. He's saying, yes, the industrial cleanings, yes. So look, Scott has got this amazing thing going on where he landed this really big job, and this job has just been growing and growing. And it's because, in my mind's eye, Scott can correct me if I'm wrong, my mind's eye, it's because the other contractor was greedy and screwed up. This is where we can get into that little bit of that pricing game, right? So first of all, Scott is very diversified in what he does. Okay, which is, to me, diversification can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. If you put enough resources and you have enough and you can diversify and stay focused, diversification is a really good thing. Scott can do that. Okay, he's very diversified. He's going in a lot of different directions and he's being successful in those directions. Where some people, I think it's better to stay focused in one direction rather than diversifying. But there's a lot of branches that can come off of what it is that we're doing. So Scott landed this amazing job, and he landed it because two factors. The company that was doing it was greedy. They were charging way too much for what they were actually doing. And then when they got in touch with Scott, they're like, hey, and he's like, dude, I'll do it for a good price. Scott's not the cheap guy, and he's not making pennies on, here. He's making really good money, but he's charging fairly for the job that he's doing. Not only that, but he came up with some unique ways of doing things within the job that he was doing. Look, it has to do with these fish tanks. He's cleaning these massive fish tanks. Who'd have thought about that, right? But water-fed poling the outside of it, because you can't use pressure washers in some of that and blow dust around and have fish dying all over the place. So you have to think outside the box sometimes. But not only that, but when we get into that pricing discussion, you also have to think about, are you being fair and reasonable to the customer that's out there? So a lot of times we're talking about getting these prices up there, getting them higher and higher and higher, which is a good thing. But sometimes you get to a point where you can be overcharging for a service, and another guy can come in and not be a lowballing hack and take your job from you. A lot of times when you get into some of these, especially commercial jobs and these industrial jobs, once you have them, they are absolutely your job to lose after that. Once you get in there, once you got your foot in the door and you're doing these jobs, if you lose that job, it's because of you most of the time. Luke says, I'm a solo operator and love the money I make. It's long hours of easy work compared to what I used to do. Absolutely. And if you want to be a solo owner operator, that's exactly what you should be. And I can tell you, a bug flying around. I can tell you, I really enjoyed being an owner operator, and I can tell you, I made really good money as an owner operator. I mean, I did pretty good growing my business. I mean, I admit that, but I also, I enjoyed, and I enjoy the pressure washing side of it. I enjoy soft washing. I enjoy roof cleaning. Jacob says, wait, we get money doing pressure washing? Well, Jacob, some people are just extra special and they don't really make any money. Luke's got the right idea. Absolutely. Jacob saying, what up, Dougie? I'm here. That is awesome, Scott, from Mark Rhodes. People are paying me crazy after the COVID. Yes. And that's another thing. There's a lot of stuff out there that's opened the doors up for us just because of COVID. So, and that is, what in the world is that? That's like a huge fly flying around. I don't know if you guys keep seeing it in your screen, but he's been tagging me. Jeremy Brooks says, what are you battling about now? I'm always battling, Jeremy. You and your yellow boots. No one wearing a mask. That's what we're talking about too, right? Don't get me started. You guys know how I am with masks. I'm crazy about that. Love you too, Mark. All right, look. So yes, I am crazy about masks. Anyhow, I think everybody should be wearing them. We've had that discussion online, and that is my viewpoint. If you look, I'll be off track here, but like I said, we ain't got anything special to talk about anyhow. I remember an online conversation that was happening in the forums. This has been years and years and years ago, and I am not an AC Lockyer fan, but I'm going to give AC some credit here. Okay. This was a conversation that happened between AC Lockyer and somebody else, and I won't name the other person. And it was actually a couple people that were kind of attacking, and it was on the discussion about masks. And it was kind of funny because this was on a forum years ago, and it kept going on and on about the whole mask issue and whether or not you should wear a mask and shouldn't wear a mask. And AC Lockyer was arguing that you should be wearing a mask, and completely agree with that. When it boiled down to the end, and everybody was kind of picking and making fun and saying no, 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 no. And, I've been doing this for, all these years and never had anything happen. And then the last comment was AC popping up and saying, yeah, and you're the one with emphysema. And that was literally the end of the comment. Nobody tagged and nobody said anything for a very, very long time. I mean, that thread went basically dormant for a couple of years. Now, I've since gone, every now and then I've gone back, I've seen the thread, and there have been a couple comments here and now after that. But it was very profound that here this guy was arguing that you don't need to wear a mask, you don't need to wear a mask, and he had emphysema. Okay, but where did that come from? Was it from the bleach? Who knows? Was it from the chemicals? Who knows, right? I think a mask is a must. And actually, I didn't realize I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I should be double masked, right? Because I got people, there's 40 of us here, right? I should be wearing a mask. Anyhow, we won't get into how I feel about those types of masks because I don't believe in those types of masks, but that's me personally. All right. And then Scott again says, diversify more. We are working for Verizon tonight. And again, that's a little bit different though, Scott. Now, come on. Scott Torsey also says safety is the priority, and that's what the masks are about. Luke says repeat business, happy customers, and just me and the customer. No putting out fires as a middleman, and no longer need to manage dozens of people. Only my own goals to hit. Never had a happier career. Man, those are words I love to hear. Love to hear. Jeff says, I recall that thread. Yeah, that was a long time ago, wasn't it, Jeff? That's been a long time. That thread is very old, actually. I don't even remember what forum that was on, but that was I don't remember which one that was on. That was a good time ago, and I think it was shut down just by him saying, and you've got emphysema. You're putting on this big argument, and you've got emphysema. So John Sacco says the EPA is going to start cracking down on people not wearing PPE. I believe that's probably coming eventually. And can you recommend a good full face respirator? I can't think of the name of it, but if you remind me, Alan, I'll get it for you. There is one that we use. There's even a little bag that it comes in to help keep it from getting all scratched up. I bought them for the guys, and no, Jeff, it wasn't there. It wasn't at the U. I don't believe that. It was somewhere else. But anyhow, back to you, Alan. The problem that I had with my guys was that they were just setting them down, and then they would roll around in the truck and they would get all scratched up. But I got one of my guys that wears contacts, and he ended up really liking those, especially for when, spraying in the wind. And a matter of fact, Jeff, I think Jeff might have. I know Jeff you use a full face mask too. Maybe he can put up what he uses. But yeah, I like them and don't like them. I like them because they come out like this and really good clear vision in the beginning. But then if you start getting sauce on it, you can't really wipe it off, and it makes it harder to see. So that's kind of why I like just the safety glasses. Plus, for me, I have light sensitivity for my eyes, for my migraines, and so I really need to have I really need my sunglasses. And if I do a full shaded thing, sometimes it doesn't work out as well. So that's just kind of the way that I have. Jeff says that was back in 2018. I think it was earlier than that. I know it was earlier than that, Jeff. It was. It was way earlier than that, because I flooded in 2016. I want to say it was a thread from 2014, unless there may have been another thread after that you're thinking of. But this is from probably 2013, 2014-ish area. Wild West Wash says mass PPE is important. Rich and Maria in the house. Evening, fellas. Jacob Dell, I'm doing good to remember to put my pants on, let alone my mask. Jacob, I don't need that picture in my mind as I'm running this day off. I've been on the road all morning. I came back from Dallas last night, and then we were up in Utah last week and made the drive back, and then I drove to Tallahassee and back, and I've been on the road a whole bunch. So don't encourage him, Luke. Don't do that. Jeff says, keep your masks in a bag when not in use. It keeps the charcoal active longer. Yes, most definitely. And yes, that was a long while back. I hate spraying sauce with my glasses, and contacts burn like hell if I get anything in them. Any of you guys like LASIK? So I don't know if anybody's had LASIK. Look, so that's what I was talking about. One of my guys wore contacts. A couple guys wore contacts, but and he liked the full face thing, helped him out tremendously from the wind blowing back, because he'd get that stuff in his eyes, and especially if it got between the eye and the contact. He said, man, it was just absolutely miserable. So that's why he went with the full face. And I think since I don't see him that much anymore, I think that he still uses it all the time. Scott Torsey says that LASIK is great. So anyhow, 40 of us we shall all have 18 masks to a let's hold on. I don't know what that is. You lost me, Wild West. All right, look, I'm going to end up calling it a day. I know it's only been a half an hour, but again, we're going to end up doing a mastermind centered around business. Don't know exactly yet the date, but hopefully here within the next 3 weeks. I'm going to try to talk Ray into doing it live in Tallahassee, so it would most likely be guys that are close to that area. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it in Pensacola. We got some great guys over in Pensacola. Maybe I don't know what we're going to do yet. And if not, if it doesn't work out that way, we're going to do it online. We'll either do it via Zoom, or we'll do a private thing on through a Facebook group or something of that nature. I think we might end up doing it as a Zoom thing if we do it online, just because that way we can get enough people into it. I don't know what the limitations are, if there are any. We got to work out a couple of the logistics on it. As far as I want it to be a good interactive thing. I want the mastermind sessions that we start setting up to be very interactive. And so even if we don't get to do this one live, I would like to do some of them live, like possibly at the Huge. We may end up doing a mastermind at the Huge, which I think would be a really good thing. And Ray said maybe we'll throw some cocktails in there for the mastermind at the Huge convention. So anyhow, those are the couple things we've got going on. And while I'm talking about that, don't forget, Huge convention is coming up. If you haven't got your ticket yet, get them before they run out, or before they start raising the prices up again. You can still use the promo code SprayWash to get your $50 off. Again, I just think that's a really good thing. And don't forget to go to the Huge. It is going to be a great, great show. Let me check a couple of comments before I get out of here, because I am dog tired. Again, my daughter, actually, it was kind of funny, because when we got to Dallas Friday night, there was a whole bunch of traffic, or not traffic, road construction. And there was a police officer that was right there with his lights on to prevent people from coming over into the lane where they're doing road construction. But my daughter started throwing up. And so we got her, she's throwing up into a bag of potato chips. So I pull off right there, and boy, he lit me up like crazy. This loud sound, and pulls up alongside me, and he's all yelling at me and all that. And I roll my window down. I roll my daughter's window down, and he sees my daughter hurling in the bag. And I'm like, I'm sorry, my daughter's throwing up. Tell you what, that cop just lickety split like that, nicer than peaches and cream. Look, all you got to do is be nice and be honest with him, and things tend to go great. Yeah, he had several people cutting across and then going through the grass and the mud. They were getting stuck in the mud. There was one already stuck in the mud right there because they didn't want to wait in that line of traffic. He thought I was doing the same thing. Totally understandable. But once he realized what was going on, complete attitude change. All we got to do is be nice to one another. That's it. All right. I'll finish reading up the comments. Now I'm getting out of here because I am dog tired. Got any links? I think that is for the face mask thing. I will look and see. I thought you would have a link, Jeff, because I thought you used them. Jacob says, lots of luck. He would probably doubt it. I'll just let you guys know, when you put LOL, I don't know if that means laugh out loud or lots of luck. My kids always tell me I get it wrong, so I'm just throwing it out there. Let's see. And then Wild West says, look, yes, and I know. And I was going to reach out to people that were in that area. I was going to go see Carlos. I was going to go see Hindeleiter, but my daughter was really sick. And I don't know if what she had, she had then made myself and my wife carrier. So I wasn't going to see anybody because of that. I don't want anybody else getting sick. So that's why I didn't. Had intended to, like I said, Carlos was having his gas station cleaning class. I was going to swing by and do the surprise thing. But anyhow, he knew I was coming. But let's see. I would have to find it. So apparently Derek is the one maybe with the link. And so Derek can maybe share that in the Spray Wash Academy group. And then Wild West says, police are great here in Fort Worth. Yeah, that guy was super, super, super nice. Like I said, he fussed me for getting out of there and getting into the line and all that, and lit me up and a loud thing. But once he realized what was going on, attitude changed, and he had every right to think, to be aggressive at first because he thought I was doing what everybody else was doing. But once he realized, hey, sick girl, all that, changed everything. Rich and Maria, respect the blue. Absolutely, I do. Yes, I am a police supporter. This is another funny thing yesterday. From my daughter had a show that she went to. Even sick, she's a trooper. She did her part in the show because she was integral with the show. When we went to leave, apparently there was a protest outside, and they weren't letting us out of the auditorium because of the protest that was outside. And I'm going to tell the story because I think it's something that just to talk about, right? So they're doing this protest, and apparently the reason for the protest was there was a death in Allen, Texas, which is where we were, just outside Dallas, Fort Worth. There was of an inmate inside the jail, and apparently the inmate was taken to the jail. The police released him to the jail facility. And he went crazy inside the facility, and they restrained him. He ended up dying. That's all I know. I don't know all the specifics about it. So it was the Antifa type people holding up signs and stuff and making fools of themselves. And look, you want to protest, great. But as we're walking past, they got this car, and there's this cop here, and there's this car with these Antifa people in it. And this girl has got the back passenger door open, and she's doing this, right? And I'm me, and I don't even swear very much. Not that ass is really a bad word, but the dad in me came out. And I looked at this girl, and I said, because at the time, I didn't know what they were protesting about. And I didn't know anything about it. And I'm like, but I could tell that these people had no idea what they were even protesting for. And so I said to her, what are you dumbasses protesting about anyhow? And that's what I said. It's just, it came out of my mouth. I'm sorry. I apologize, but that's what I said. And because she's doing this, I'm like, what are you dumbasses even protesting about? I mean, I want to know. And she's like, I don't know. That's what she told me. I don't know. I mean, if you're really protesting and you have a real reason, a valid reason for it, you're going to say, oh, we're protesting because this guy died in police custody and the police are bad and blah, blah, blah. But she didn't even do that. I don't know. I just like having my fist in the air and my orange hair all orange. Anyhow, I better get off of that rant because everybody's going to hate me. Anyhow, I do back the blue, and I was called because I support veterans. I am a veteran. I support veterans. I support police officers and firefighters, all that kind of stuff, which apparently I got into it with somebody in our industry. This has been 5-6 years ago. Because I support police and veterans and all that, I am somehow a unpatriotic coward because I support them. I don't know how that works out, but whatever it is, that it is. Anyhow, all right, let's see. Go back. Scott says, I'll send a link. Wild West says, give me a call. Thanks, Doug. The Huge will be awesome. Definitely. Hope your daughter's feeling better soon. You know, she tossed cookies all the way home. I hope she'll do better. I guess it's just like some little stomach bug that she's got, but she's a trooper anyhow. I'm 28th state militia. People around here are always crying about privilege. Yeah, that's it. That's awesome, says Alan Paul. And thank you for your service, Dougie. I appreciate it, Derek. Anyhow, I am out of here. I appreciate y'all for listening to me, even though I didn't have anything to talk about. We will come out with a announcement as far as to what date and where and when we're going to be doing this upcoming mastermind, which will be centered around business. We are going to try to do a mastermind probably there at the Huge convention as well. Again, for pro members, we'll do something in the end for the pro members. Rich Maria, thanks for your help Friday. Wish me luck, man. Rich, all the luck to you. I hope that I hope everything goes swimmingly and everything works out and you get it. That's going to be a good job if you do. You're going to get it, man. I hope you get it. I hope you get it. Anyhow, cleaner lives matter. Jeff said it. That's the truth. All right. I appreciate y'all, and I'm officially out of here. Again, thank y'all. See you at the Huge. Ray and I will probably try to do it next Sunday. See y'all.